This week in EastEnders, it's not just drama, it's heartbreak. A familiar face returns to Walford after years away, but the reason behind it will hit harder than anyone expects. At the same time, a long-standing character's story comes to a deeply emotional end, and for some, it may already be too late to say goodbye. And just when you think things couldn't get more intense, family tensions explode, secrets begin to surface, and lives start to shift in ways that won't be undone anytime soon. Let's take a look at everything coming up in EastEnders in the episodes airing from Monday the 27th through to Thursday the 30th of April. This is one of those weeks where the show really leans into its emotional core, focusing on friendship, family, and the kind of moments that stay with you long after the episode ends. Grant returns, and trouble for Phil. It all begins with a message that changes everything. Mark Fowler reaches out to Grant Mitchell with urgent news. Nigel Bates' health has taken a serious turn. Without hesitation, Grant heads straight back to Albert Square. But when he arrives, it quickly becomes clear that this situation is bigger than just Nigel. Mark also opens up about Phil, and his growing concern that Phil is not coping. The last time
Grant, Phil and Sam finally sit down together, it's the first time they've all been in the same room in years, and the atmosphere is tense from the start. There's no easy conversation here. Old wounds sit just beneath the surface, and it doesn't take long before things begin to unravel. Phil becomes defensive, distant, and then suddenly he shuts the whole thing down. He tells Sam and Mark to leave, making it clear he doesn't want anyone interfering. It's a worrying moment, because instead of opening up, Phil is pushing everyone away, and Sam can't ignore what she's seeing. She starts to believe that if anyone can reach him now, it has to be Grant. Nigel's condition worsens. While tensions build within the Mitchell family, the reality of Nigel's situation becomes harder to face. When Grant goes to see him at the care home, he's not prepared for what he finds. Nigel's condition has deteriorated significantly. It's a quiet, sobering moment, one that really shows how serious things have become. Julie, who has been by Nigel's side throughout, is faced with an incredibly difficult decision. After everything, she decides it's time to stop further treatment and focus on keeping him comfortable. It's not about giving up, it's about dignity and making sure Nigel's final days are as peaceful as possible. But there's one thing that hangs heavily over everything. Phil hasn't been there. He hasn't visited in weeks, and no one quite knows how to reach him anymore. Billy tries to step in, hoping he can get through to him before it's too late, but Phil remains distant. Meanwhile, Grant stays close to Nigel. And then
Nigel briefly wakes up. It's quiet, but meaningful. He speaks to Grant and asks him to find something important from his past, a personal item that clearly means a lot to him. Grant takes that seriously. But finding it leads him straight back to Phil. The beach and final goodbye. Grant eventually tracks Phil down, leading to a powerful scene at the beach. It's just the two of them. No distractions, no avoiding the truth. And for the first time, everything comes out. There's frustration, guilt, and years of complicated history between them. Grant is trying to reach his brother, while Phil struggles to face what's happening. It's emotional, and at times difficult to watch.
And soon after, Nigel Bates passes away. It's a deeply moving moment, marking the end of a long and meaningful chapter. In the aftermath, the community comes together. There's a sense of loss, but also of appreciation, as people begin to reflect on Nigel's life and the impact he's had. A small tribute is organised, giving Julie and Phil a chance to remember him properly. Ravi's diagnosis. Elsewhere,
Ravi's story takes a serious and important turn. After everything he's been going through, he's now in a mental health unit, where doctors take a closer look at his condition. Following assessment, Ravi is diagnosed with complex PTSD. It's a significant moment, not just for him, but for those around him as well. It begins to explain his recent behaviour and the struggles he's been facing internally. A structured therapy plan is introduced, offering a path towards recovery. But recovery isn't simple. The question now is whether Ravi is ready to accept that help, or whether he'll continue to keep people at a distance. Max and Cindy's secret connection. At the same time, another storyline begins to develop, one that could have big consequences down the line. Max Branning and Cindy Beale find themselves growing closer. At first, Cindy agrees to meet Max without any real intention of following through. But something changes. When she sees him talking to Linda, there's a clear reaction, a hint of jealousy that she can't ignore. So she shows up. And when they finally meet, there's an undeniable connection. Still, both of them know this isn't straightforward. They decide to keep things quiet for now, aware of how others might react. But secrets in Walford rarely stay hidden for long. When Lauren nearly catches them together, it becomes clear that it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. Mo's 90th celebration.
It's a reminder of the strong sense of family that still runs through Walford. Mo is genuinely touched by the effort, and for a brief moment, the focus shifts away from the sadness, giving everyone a chance to come together and celebrate something positive. So that's everything coming up in EastEnders from the 27th to the 30th of April. A week filled with emotion, major turning points, and one very sad goodbye that won't be forgotten anytime soon. Let me know your thoughts. Are you ready for Nigel's final scenes? And do you think film will finally start to open up after this? If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Before you go, I actually want to hear from you on this one. Out of everything happening this week, who are you most interested in right now? Is it Phil and Grant's situation, or are you more focused on what's coming next for Ravi? And speaking of Grant, why do you think he's really come back? Is it just for Nigel, or could this be the start of something bigger for the Mitchells? Also, I've got to ask, who's your all-time favourite EastEnders character? Let me know in the comments. I always enjoy reading your thoughts. And if you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe. More spoilers coming very soon.